What is going on, guys? Riley and Drona here from AutoNation Ford in Katy.
Yeah.
Drona, what are we doing today?
We are taking a 2018 Mustang GT with 700 horsepower out in less than good weather.
And 235 with all-season tires.
Yeah, I don't know how much is going to be left of those when we're done. Hopefully the owner doesn't get too mad.
Yes. So before we continue, just wanted to give two thanks. Number one, to the owner of this car. This is the first supercharged car you guys have done. It's purchased and the owner was gracious enough to let me come out and review it. And second, huge thanks to AutoNation Ford Katy for, once again, letting me come down here and do this video. Now it looks like we're about to get some rain, so that'll make things really interesting. But as he said, this is a 700 horsepower 2018 Mustang. They call this the Hellcat Killer. So we're about to see about that. But yeah, 700 horsepower, 610 pound-feet of torque. And the best part about this car is the price tag. So get this, $39,995, and it comes with a factory warranty.
3-year, 36,000 mile powertrain, 3-year, 36,000 mile bumper to bumper. Factory powertrain remains intact on non-supercharged parts.
You can't beat it. All right, so with the 2018 Mustangs, I have a decent amount of experience behind the wheel of them. However, none of them have been supercharged. I'm honestly kind of surprised that they're already offering supercharged models on this car. But this one is a 6-speed manual. Now you do have the option of getting a 10-speed auto. So I'm gonna leave a poll in the top right of this video. What would you rather have in this car? A 10-speed automatic, which is gonna be faster and it's an auto, or would you rather have the 6-speed manual, which is more than likely going to be a handful? So I don't know. I'll let you guys know what I think right after we test it out a little bit. All right, so this is gonna be my first pull in the car. I'm just gonna kind of figure it out, and I don't really know what to expect. I'm kind of worried about these tires, and it's starting to sprinkle, so who knows what will happen here. There we go. The traction control the whole way through second was like, no.
Yeah.
It really, really slows you down. The traction control takes all the fun away.
You could definitely hear it blowing off the power for sure.
Yeah, I was like, what's going on here?
And we did that first pull with the traction control on for those watching at home.
Yeah, I expect there to be a huge difference because the light was just blinking there the whole time saying, no fun for you. Stop that. Stop what you're doing now. All right, it's starting to rain a little bit harder now, so we're gonna keep it in second with traction control off. Dude!
All the way through. Say, well, you're going 70 or so before?
That was, yeah, 6,000 RPM. It still had all the way up to what, 7,500? My goodness. You know what you built, Drona?
Yeah.
You built a drift car.
Ideally, we would suggest that people put aftermarket wheels and tires and some kind of suspension modification.
100%.
We can do that in-house for you as well if you're interested in those things.
Please, if you buy one of these, please change the tires. I mean, it's really fun, but that's so not practical.
Yeah, we do also offer it with the GT Performance package, which has a little bit better tire. You're looking at a 275 in the back, which is still really not enough for this kind of power. If you're planning on abusing the car, please look at something like a 305.
Yeah, and something with a good compound too. All seasons on this is...
It is sprinkling out, though. That doesn't help.
Fair enough. I'm trying real hard here not to become a Mustang meme and end up on a curb or in a crowd somewhere, but this car is definitely a handful. If you want a car that's, a lot of car, this is it. That's for sure. It's one of the few cars that I've driven that, it's kind of scary.
It's pound for pound king.
It's fast. It's very fast. The Hellcat, when it breaks loose, it just will kind of kick out just a little bit, but it stays relatively straight. This car, when it breaks loose, you're on for a ride. Yeah. Which, some people like that, some people don't. To me, it's fun. But yeah, this thing is fast. Like, it's really fast. And it sounds really good too. That's a stock exhaust just with the blower, and you don't really hear the whine of the Supercharger, but you hear that nice exhaust.
As scared as you are to become a meme for Mustangs, I'm scared to be in the car during the meme.
I got you, you're fine.
Send it.
Second gear, send it. fast. Okay, yeah. Okay. Okay, yeah, it works. The car works. Holy crap. Yeah, so it's pretty fast. There's that.
Is it as fast as a Hellcat?
I would really like to put these next to each other and see how they compare. So like, I got my stock Hellcat on a drag radial to run at 10.7. What do you think this car is going to run?
Depends.
On a drag radial.
Depends if we're looking at a manual or an automatic.
Okay, fair enough.
Automatic with a drag radial on this car with the proper conditions at the track, you should be in the mid-10s all day long. Now, as far as the manual car, I would expect somewhere in the 10.8, 10.9, you know, to 11 range. Because it's going to be a little bit harder to get it to hook up, especially if you're running a GT Performance pack with 373 gears.
So you basically built a car a little bit faster than a Hellcat for 2/3 of the price?
Yeah, I'd say it's pretty fair pricing. And, you know, at the end of the day, the $39,999 is for the base model car with none of the extra upgrades in it.
Yeah.
But we can do it with all those. If you want leather, if you want nav, if you want the GT Performance package, if you want the Performance Pack 2 with the new wheels and tires they came out with that are 305s, we can do it on any car you want. You just got to come in, spec out the vehicle you want. We'll see if we can find it on our lot or one of our sister stores. If not, we can always order it for you. Yep. We've already placed a bunch of orders for people out of state who are wanting to get these vehicles, but they're wanting something very specific, such as the magnetic ride with the active exhaust, which is also available for this car. It just depends on what you want. We'll build it for you, make it easy. The only thing you pay in addition to the $39,995 is whatever options you actually want on the car, such as the add-ons, or if you want to customize the car in addition, like suspension, wheels, tires, exhaust modifications, things like that, which we can do. We can even wrap cars now.
Really?
Yes. Wrapping is now available. We've got a company to do it. We're going to have our first wrap Mustang coming in next week, hopefully. And then obviously your tax, title, and license.
Yeah, that's a good point to bring up, is that this car is a complete base model. This has no options. So this is that $39,995 car. If you want a race car, this is the one you would get. Obviously, if you want, you know, leather and all that stuff, you'd spend more than $39,995, but you'd also get, you know, a nicer car. But this thing, even for a base model, it's plenty comfortable. It's plenty nice. Like, really don't have any, you know, big complaints with it.
And when we're talking base model, it's got power windows, locks, keyless entry, push button start. It's got a backup camera and Bluetooth.
It's got 4-piston Brembos.
4-piston Brembos. They're not labeled as such, but that's just because Ford wants to highlight the 6 pistons that they offer on the Performance Pack cars. The car comes well equipped with the things necessary to have a daily driver while still being able to go fast. Yeah.
And then going back to if I was going to get a manual or an auto in this car, I think I would get the manual just because of how much of a handful it is, and it's fun, and it can make you a better driver. It's more challenging and involving. But if you are just going for, you want that good number at the drag strip, and that's all you care about, and you want to daily drive it, you don't really like a manual, then I'm sure the 10-speed is going to be, you know, quite a bit faster, and that's definitely a good option too. But personally, I think I'd stick with the manual. All right, I think that we've found a dry stretch of road here, so let's try it out. Okay, yeah, it does burnouts.
Dude, man.
Okay, yeah, first mod for anybody buying this car, get better tires. These, they're not gonna cut it, but they are a lot of fun. What the heck? Dude, this thing is seriously just, it's a handful. To describe it in one word, it's a hand, especially with the manual.
It's a driver's car. You gotta drive it. And
you have to know what you're doing.
And you know, we mentioned that so many people today are talking about, oh, cars just drive themselves. There's so much electronics. There's so much computers. You know, the car's doing all the thinking for you. For those of you who are looking to be the driver and have control of your car, this might be for you.
This is not a Tesla. But I think what is also so great about this car is that, you know, if you're just kind of halfway in it, just driving around cruising, it's such an easy car to drive.
And it's still over in like 22, 23, 24 miles per gallon easily on the highway.
Hold on.
Let's test it. Jump on the freeway right
here.
Hold on. I'm not talking about when you're driving it crazy.
I reset the trip meter before we started, and we've been, you know, getting on it a little bit, and we've gotten like 12 miles per gallon.
I'm not talking about when you're driving it crazy.
But Granted.
all you gas guzzlers out there who are so worried about gas mileage while you're driving a race car, this car is capable of in the 20s for fuel economy on the highway, even with a supercharger. Riley will demonstrate as we get up here on I-10.
Fine, let's do it.
Oh, was it almost 30? Almost 30, Riley. And for all the people who want to say, oh, it's a base model car, it doesn't have all the accessories, it's a lot lighter. There's a whole lot of man up in here. I'm fairly large size. And it's got a full tank of gas.
Okay, so I won't lie. We've been on the highway. We've probably gone 3 or 4 exits. And in this short little burst, we're looking at 29.6 average miles per gallon.
I thought I was being safe with 20 to 25. But that's impressive.
That is very impressive.
And it's safely built. It's not built pushing the limit of the car. So if you want more, we can install the supercharger, and you can pay to have it towed to whatever shop you want, and you can do 1,000 horsepower out of this thing if you want to. I've had people tell me that they can get 900, 950 horsepower out of just the supercharger alone without doing anything else to the car other than maybe E85 and stuff like that. If that's your choice, by all means, we're more than happy to accommodate you.
One last little second gear pull. There we go. Oh, this thing's a rocket, dude. This is fast. Well, you know, Mustangs are one of those cars that people are very opinionated about. They either love them or they hate them. Whether you love or hate this car, you at least have to respect it and respect, you know, what Roush has done and, you know, the price of this car for everything you get. And honestly, I would probably buy one of these as my next car if I was looking for something, you know, fast and just daily driver friendly. And I really do think that this would probably be it. All right, guys, well, there it is, the 2018 Roush Supercharged Mustang. Jonah, dude, this was a lot of fun. This is seriously one of the most fun cars I've driven in a long time.
That's the goal. That's the goal. It's all about big dreams and go fast machines here at AutoNation Ford Katy Roush.
There's very few cars that I get in that are like, okay, this kind of scares me a little bit. This was definitely one of them. And that's a good thing, because I like that.
Yeah.
So this
is adrenaline pumping.
Yeah, this was fun. This is a lot of fun. I don't want to give it back. But with all that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and we will see you guys in the next one. We'll see what Drona can cook up next and see what he has me come back out here for next.
Hopefully phase 2 from Roush, 800 horsepower.
Hey, we'll see. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Take it easy.